Oh, live from New York, it's the Bad News Bears of afternoon TV. It's First Things First on today's show.
Love it.
Prudy puts the relevant in Mr. Irrelevant. But is this the beginning of the end for the Bucs season? Meanwhile, the Cowboys escape with a win against the Texans. Why one person here is ready to write Dallas off. And finally, another wonderful day from the MVP, Jalen Hurts. Does Mahomes have a snowball's chance at catching the high-flying Eagles quarterback? Alongside Chris Broussard, I'm Kevin Wilds. Nick, were you impressed with the MVP's performance yesterday?
The reigning MVP didn't play yesterday. That was Aaron Rodgers. The actual MVP actually didn't play that well. That was Patrick Mahomes. With Jalen Hurts, I was quite impressed with. I was impressed with him.
I mean, I almost got it.
That sounds like
that's
it, yes.
pretty close.
No, I was impressed by it.
Pretty close. But we start with, the GOAT in the Bay. It wasn't close. Purdy got on the board early and often. 2 touchdowns and a rushing TD. Here he is after the game.
Honestly, for me, I just kept telling myself, dude, this thing ain't over with that guy on the other side of the field. You know, I just wanted to keep putting up points on the board however many times as we could, knowing, you know, this dude's made all these crazy comebacks in his career. So I didn't want that to happen in my first game, you know, as a starter. So, you know, the whole time I'm like doing my thing and stuff, not looking at the scoreboard, knowing the situations and stuff, but also respecting who's on the other side. Didn't want to give him a chance at the end.
It was 28-0 at a certain point. It was 28-0. You could probably take your foot off the gas just out of respect. Nick, can the 49ers win the Super Bowl with this squad?
Of course they can.
Okay.
I mean, you already knew I thought they were getting to the Super Bowl with literally any quarterback. Now they have the best defense in football, arguably the best skill position group in football once Debo gets back, and a quarterback who is playing at a higher level than any quarterback there since Colin Kaepernick in his heyday. So all those things I would say work well. And I'd like this afternoon, certain afternoons like this, I'd focus on my vitriol towards Kevin Wilds for really leading me astray on Friday. I'd had a perfect 3-0 week of Nick's picks.
I forgot about that.
Because I had the Niners minus 3.5, which felt like a lock of the year. But the old upset alert, my respect for it, which is gone and dead, like your upset alert
are we
streak.
Still having that
I mean, I don't know. By the way, who was yours? I think you had the Browns, which didn't go well either.
It wasn't 35-7.
So,
that's what
however, I don't want to focus on you. I instead want to focus on our friend Chris Broussard. Because Broussard, while he puts on a brave face, America, I have to tell you something. He's been in shambles all day.
It hasn't been great.
It's not great because this was just a terrible, terrible weekend for the quarterback wins truthers. We'll get to Tua later because he's a tangential cousin of this. But when it comes to, Jimmy G, and the wins he magically makes appear for the Niners, when you literally take the last pick of the most recent draft, a third string quarterback, you plug him in, and not only do the Niners not miss a beat, they start playing at a faster rhythm. It's like, oh my gosh, I haven't heard this tune in quite some time. It makes you think that maybe, just maybe, it is a paint-by-numbers offense. So before I give you the ball, Brew, I would like to unveil Dusty.
Oh, no.
Unveil the graphic.
Oh, no.
Out of respect to quarterback wins. Look at that. Record as a Niners starter. Brock Purdy. Hey, listen, I'm not saying Brock Purdy's Joe Montana.
No one's saying.
I'm not saying Brock Purdy's a Hall of Famer.
No.
What I am saying is Brock Purdy right now, when he plays, has the best record as a starter of any quarterback in Niners history, far greater than one Jimmy Garoppolo. So even if you don't want to believe your eyes and the film and the stats, quarterback wins just tell you they got an upgrade, my friend.
Got a point, bro.
What was that, Wilds? What is that graphic?
Good graphic.
No, you know. It was cute. It was cute, Nick. But you know what, Dusty, put it up again. I liked it so much. Here's how cute it was. If that graphic actually proves my Jimmy G point.
Oh, what's that?
Because when you really put, like, say, 30, 40, 50 starts on there, look at how high Jimmy G is.
Right above Y.A. Tittle.
Yes!
And
I mean, Y.A. Tittle, that's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. I remember Y.A. Tittle.
Yeah.
All right?
You do?
But here's the thing. I actually do. I read books about Y.A. Tittle when I was a little kid. I knew I knew he could have chosen to go at you for your just crazy upset alert.
Yeah.
I picked Tom
Or
Brady.
he could have come at me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And made it a Jimmy G versus Brock Purdy thing.
What else could it be?
Hence, a Chris Broussard versus Brock Purdy thing.
Yeah.
But you can't, Nick.
Why? I just did.
Because guess where Brock Purdy played his college ball at?
Iowa State.
Iowa State. And guess who lived in Iowa for 2 years?
I'm gonna take a wild guess.
2.5 years. Yeah, guess.
Is it you?
That's right. Your boy. Yours truly lived in Iowa for
What
2
does that have
years.
to do with
And
anything?
according to the first things first bylaws, I checked
yes.
it this morning, that means that I am by default a Brock Purdy guy.
Okay.
By default, a Brock Purdy guy.
Okay.
And what did I say Thursday?
I don't
When it was the Bud list. When
you're from Cincinnati.
I put Brock Purdy, well, that too, but I put Brock Purdy on the Bud list.
Yeah.
And I said, Brock, there is no rule that states that I can't be a Jimmy G guy
True.
and a Brock Purdy guy.
That's true.
And while
It's like having two kids. You love them both equally.
Absolutely. I love the fact that Brock Purdy understood the spirit of the Bud list. He didn't take it as an insult that he's on there.
No.
He took it as inspiration and he went out and played great. Maybe it's that Iowa connection. I don't know. But I loved it.
Okay.
And I am.
Do you think they can win the Super Bowl?
I got no issues with him
Do you
going
think
out
they
there
can win the
playing
Super
well
Bowl?
without Jimmy G.
You love answering the question. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I still got Philly ahead of him.
Sure.
And I still, right now, I would say Buffalo, Kansas City,
But
Cincinnati.
can I just ask a question? Sure.
I'm likely going to look at the AFC
That's
winner.
fine, but
yes, they are in the hunt, and as they were in the hunt
Just
with
quickly,
Jimmy G.
just very quickly, if they were to make the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy, will it make you at all open up to the realm of possibility that the quarterback wins thing is nonsense? No, they
because
just
Brock
stumbled
Purdy
upon
would
another
have
great
to
one.
Play well.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Can I show you a
He
graphic?
doesn't have to be a Hall of Famer. He just has. We've seen good quarterbacks win Super Bowls, even some that aren't quite good. So yeah, Brock Purdy, if he keeps playing like he did, they got a shot.
All right,
Happy
so
for Brock.
you're staked to Brock Purdy, but you're also staked to your fandom of Jimmy G. Jimmy G, in 3 years, has thrown 2 deep touchdown passes outside the numbers. Brock Purdy did that in 1 quarter.
Thank you.
So, to sum it up, Brock Purdy put 3 years worth of efficiency, Brew, in 1
Remember
quarter.
you said that. And remember that
It's
you
the
gave
graphics.
the amen. And later on in the show, I want you to remember that you gave an amen.
Okay, that's fine.
to that.
I'll remember it. But
Okay.
Brew, in all seriousness, did you yesterday watch the Niners and say, oh, that's a level of the field that usually
Yeah.
goes vacant?
Yeah, I like that one.
Is that,
Nice.
did you watch it and say, oh, that's, and I don't know, by the way, I'm not from Iowa, and I don't care about the Bud List loyalties. So I am not tied to Brock Purdy. I was picked, the Niners to me, as long as they didn't have total incompetence at the quarterback position, should win the NFC. It's why I picked them to win the NFC when they had a guy who I'd never seen play quarterback, really,
Oh,
in Trey
don't
Lance.
dismiss him now. You like Trey Lance.
I did, but it was
Okay.
based on the fact
You
that I
just worried
believe
that Brock
Kyle
might be
Shanahan
better.
and I believe in John Lynch. But the point that I'm making is that when you watched yesterday, did it not look, at least for an afternoon, like a more dangerous offense than the one Jimmy Garoppolo is allowed to run on his very short leash, like the bad parents keep their children on in the malls? Like no, I can't trust you to not
Sometimes
run
those
away.
kids are
You know
wild.
what it looked like?
What?
It looked like the offense that scored 38 points a few weeks ago against Arizona.
No, it
When
didn't,
the
though.
quarterback scored 4 touchdowns.
No, but it didn't.
That's what it looked
Brew,
like to
no,
me
it
when he
didn't.
threw for 4.
It had-
You act like he was throwing 50-yard bombs.
No.
And Brock looked good. And they can open it up a little bit.
But what does it say that they can open it up more with him? What does it
I
say?
don't know that they
Finish
can
the thought.
It's a game and a half that we've maybe close to 2 full games we've seen. I want to see Brock continue.
Fair.
That's
A little
all.
belly zappy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
totally
well,
fine.
And,
A little bit.
And Nick, look, I get it. He went there.
Yeah, it's okay.
He
You're
didn't-
from
he didn't
Iowa. It's
read
the
the
Iowa
bylaws.
connection.
He
You've
didn't
got
read
to
the
check out the bylaws every morning. That's how we start. the
Iowa
meeting.
gets a bad
Okay,
rap, but not
talking
no
about the other side of the ball, Tom Brady who's a fantastic quarterback, didn't look like it yesterday. Now, smart people had the Bucs and Tom Brady rising to the occasion. He had to get 100 tickets for friends and family. Didn't happen. Those people were wrong. Bucs looked boring at best. Here's Brady after the game.
It's easy to say. Everyone's got to play better, but we're just not playing. We just have not played consistently well very often. We haven't played it for 4 quarters. Maybe we played it a little bit at times. Not today at all. But some games where we play well for 5 minutes and don't play well for 55 minutes. Some games we played pretty well for a half. We just have not played consistently well for a game.
They're below 500. We're late in the season. Are you ready to write them off?
Consider them written off. Yes. First of all, we've all assumed they're going to win that horrible division.
Because they are.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yes.
Right. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Because Carolina is only a game back.
Doesn't matter.
And since they jettisoned your boy Baker Mayfield, who you got behind in full swing on Friday.
No, we're pro Baker on the show.
Since they jettisoned Baker, they won what, 3 or 4.
You were so
they
happy
already beat Tampa Bay earlier in the season. I mean, they might not win this division.
They will win.
But if I would lean toward that, I'm just saying this.
Let's
it's
assume
possible. They got Carolina and Atlanta again. They're going to lose next week. They got Cincinnati next weekend. Yeah, they're going to lose that. So, but let's assume they do. No, they can't. Now, I'm not. Might sound like I'm speaking on both sides of my mouth. Could they beat Dallas in the first round? No. But Dallas could beat themselves. Dallas, come on. We saw it on Sunday. Dallas could beat themselves. But they are not a threat. This is what I'll say about Tampa Bay, Nick. Not a threat to win the NFC. No way they get past a Philadelphia, a San Francisco. And if Dallas brings its C-plus game, they will beat them as well. So, Wilds, I'm writing them off.
I'm not willing to write them off.
Just because of Tom Brady.
Very close. The oddest part is the offense is mind-jarringly boring. Yeah. And just the fact
bad.
They've scored the fewest points in the division. They have fewer points per game than the Steelers.
Yep.
They score 1 more point than the Texans. The offense is not good. Coming up, Bengals at Cardinals, Panthers at Falcons. They could easily lose. I'm surprised that you're so confident.
They're going to finish the year 3-0.
3-0?
And let me ask you an honest question.
That's going to be 9-8. You never win them the division. You sure they're going to beat Atlanta and Carolina?
I mean, as sure as I can be a month out, yeah. And by the way, the idea that Carolina all of a sudden is going to finish the year winners of 7 of 8 is nonsense.
Well, they beat your MVP Convo guy yesterday.